welcome back. So I'm walking to work and I was listening to a video and talking about an old friend that betrayed me and how the Lord dealt with him. And then I started thinking about our past and what could have possibly made him turn out to be such a man. Because I grew up with him as a kid. And I realized from his story, realizing, a lot of people's story, abuse is just rampant. And abuse comes in so many different ways, But like growing up in the projects, abusing your fucking kid, beating them into fucking submission would seem like it was like it's just how it's done. And I remember this guy because he lived up one floor above me. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, yo, why did he turn out to be a scumbag like that? And, and I was like, maybe it was his father. And then I said, oh yeah, his father, he worked all the time. Sound the horns. He was a mechanic. He was on that, you better get a job. If I catch you selling drugs, if I see you with the gangsters, I'm gonna beat you the fuck up. You're gonna work. You're not gonna be no lazy bum. You're not doing none of that. And I said, alright, well, that's why they weren't gangsters. And yeah, I can see why they stopped doing all the let's be hood, And then I thought right immediately, how many times did you hear their father destroying their ass, beating the shit out of them screaming and screaming and screaming, the top of their lungs like movies, curdling screams, gut-wrenching screams and shit that'll have you in your bed and you're a kid and you're like, it's like you feel the hits. You're like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. Thank God I got a mother, not a father. Niggas got extra strength. So, I'm just thinking about that. And I'm thinking about how, just growing up, I said, yo, bro, that's why you rebel against motherfuckers. Like, you're very quiet. You see reality, bro. And you know to leave these abusers alone, but they always come. They always come. I guess I still look like a fucking victim of them. Sound soft and shit. But, wolves in sheep's clothing. You see, I've been fucking watching people get abused as kids. My whole life. I've been abused as a kid. As a teen, as an adult, many different ways people get abused. People think it always has to be physical. The mental games, the bullshit people do to each other, just to gain a little control, is fucking pathetic. Mental manipulation for relationships, and fucking friendships, and all types of ships, with no real captains, just liars. Scared men and women. They can't understand that. You can have what you want. You already have the charisma to make people want to follow you or whatever the fuck it is you want. You don't have to swindle. This is the most craziest thing I realize about the Jedi power of people with the mind. Do you realize you don't have to fucking do the wicked shit? The same thing you want to get from these people, you probably could get from these people. All you have to do is ask. Most of these people will never be mental leaders. They'll never be leaders. They're workers. They're drones. They're sheep. Somebody's got to build the fucking city. Somebody's got to sweep the fucking floor. Or, none of this shit works. There's a place for everybody. A lot of people don't like it, but me, I don't give a fuck about which place I'm in as long as I get my place. And it seems like, these abusers, this story, thinking about this man from my past, and then thinking about all the others that I've watched get their ass whooped in that fucking projects, and kids screaming, and all this shit, bro. No wonder they call it the projects, right? Because it's a project. But then I come to live amongst the other mortals and see their project. And, you know, it's almost the same thing. It's just a little more, you know, individual mental freedoms or actual freedoms. You get to fucking, you know, live in a house or a little building. It's only 3 stories high. So you don't have all the people built up on each other, fucking handing you business and making problems. You know, I get it. Some people get to go further than others, you know, because you're getting more. You can take the abuse with a smile. You can look the other way. And, you know, I understand. We gotta go along to get along sometimes, you know? But I've realized abuse is one of the greatest shapers of humanity, and that's not cool. Or at least, you know, in the reality that I've been living, and that shit's sad. Seems like it's a never-ending story. Like I remember, I literally stopped going out and stopped talking to people for years just so I didn't have to hear abuse. Because everybody I've ever met has something, has a story. Everybody's got something. And I'd be like, fuck, man. And it ain't gotta be super bad, you know? But it's the petty abuse. That's some of the worst. And like, I just had a thought of, they say women do get abused a lot. You know? I'm not gonna act like women aren't the weaker vessel, and, you know, when you know, it's like a lion in the jungle. He's not going for all the fucking lions. He's not going to get the hyenas, right? He's going to get the small one with the nice meat on it. You get it? They're fast. But, you know, there's a lot of them. One of them are going to be slow. It's like, I don't know, nature or some shit. And, but the downplay of abuse of boys and fucking men is so downplayed, it's almost deplorable, if that's the right, I know the word, but I can't say it. It's disgusting. Like, boys are pummeled their entire lives. Like, there's no end to the embarrassment, first of all. It's either coming from your boys, it's either coming from fucking watching other people have more than you, or the movies, fucking all this different shit. Women, and every step you go through and every day, some way down the line, someone's gonna fucking make fun of you or challenge your fucking masculinity or some shit. You're this shit, you slipped, you fell, you walked different, you're fucking, you let them, you know, it's crazy, bro. Just constant embarrassments, constant little mental bullshit. The downplay of abuse towards boys sexually is fucking, it's damn near not even talked about. Like, I understand women. You're the prime person, and they put yous up. But to me, it's like 50-50. Maybe a little more with 70, fucking 40 or whatever, you 30, whatever the fuck, you know, because men are crazy. But, and then there's probably less, there are less, homos, if that's the right word to call you guys. I hope I don't fucking make one of you mad, like yous are just automatically the perpetrators. No. Who the fuck is going, I just explained who attacks boys the most. They're fucking friends. It's who you're around the most. Men are mostly around men. You get it? So, it is what it is. And what I'm saying is, like, the jail stats of rape is fucking crazy for men. Are you crazy? And it's never talked about. And that shit is going on all day, every day, baby. The niggas is coming, they're going in there like they're decent, like, not the most alpha. They're coming out women. Do you get it? Some of them are, when they leave jail, they're done. That's fucked up. And that shit ain't talked about. Like, that's really never talked about. And, a lot of things came out about, church and stuff, and, like, the priest. And it's always not little girls. Get it? So, it's like, and then, like, watching, what was it called? The MGTOW movement. And men actually having a fucking space to share their problems. And seeing different men's comments and agreeing to different shit they might have went through. Or telling a short story of how they had abusive friends and manipulating or parents or fathers or mothers. All these different things. And I say, this shit be crazy. And I said to myself, I think that's why you went so hard this year, these last couple years. Because usually I just maneuver through this shit, bro. Because I understand a little, but I ain't the smartest. But there's something happened this year. I guess it was just because of losing everything after fucking really almost coming back to life. And motherfuckers trying to take this little bit of shit. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Can a nigga have anything? And it's like, no, they don't want you to have anything. Some people want you out here broke, desperate, and fucking alone, homeless on the street, begging for mercy. And that's disgusting. And I'm not even talking about like some fucking, I thought it was like, oh, it's gotta always be higher upper people or some shit. No, it's regular fucking people right next to you. There are people that you are friends with that want to see you in the fucking floor. They'll never admit it to you. They'll never try to do anything. But if you went bye-bye, they'd smile, They'd be happy. Because their imaginary competition with you is over. And now they can declare themselves the one. It's crazy what has happened. Or maybe it always was, My father did say nothing's new under the sun. And, envy and jealousy and hate, and I guess that always is, as long as men and women are alive. It's just, I've always tried to understand why. And little by little, I think I do. But it's all you could do is think sometimes. And then experience life. And look at old books and what is said about people. And accept them for being who they are, as they don't accept you to even exist. But literally keep you there for entertainment anyway. That's the fucking weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, if you don't like me and I bother you, if you don't see me, you will never be bothered. All love, all praise to the Most High. And watch your fucking children. Talk to your husband. He probably got a lot of abusive things. He never got to talk to nobody. Your son, your daughter, they probably get picked on every fucking day or for backed up years. This is what's wrong with a lot of people. Like, a fucking sticks up their ass. And then they become abusers. That's why I'm the way I am, and I literally have no enemies. Because I understand my enemies. You've been abused, you're victims. You're fucking victims. And you gotta let the rage out somehow. You gotta fucking show somebody that you can do it too. And I'm like, yo, dog, you really don't have to do that. You survived their bullshit. You won. They didn't win.